10 seconds for this activity. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. Tech host will confirm on the settings. I would request you not to type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking, as it disturbs the speaker. You can use the private chat to provide feedback. You are all requested to keep your audio on mute in case you are not speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary movements or sipping on drinks if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on share screen unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can display a hi-fi or namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. You can connect with the Tech Master for any technical glitch. The Tech Master for today's meeting is me. If you are a speaker, then please ensure you pin the timer or confirm that the same is visible at all times. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations, please let us know. You can network during the break and after the meeting. Let me share the mission of the club to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now I'll be introducing a person to you who is so dynamic that she loves to listen audiobook. She has already completed reading Gita, and her motto in life is to do your own karma without worrying and thinking about the results. Today we have a topic of water. So her thought on water is like, water is although not luxurious, but it is very valuable for life. So be simple and clear in your thoughts in life. That is her motto. I'm welcoming our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Monika Mane. Toastmaster Monika, over to you.
Unmute Ms. Toastmaster Monika.
My bad. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shepali. When you asked me question, I was thinking what should I share, but yeah, I just recently completed listening audiobook Gita, and I learned that important lessons. And so today I have a big announcement that in our upcoming month, in the last 15 days of October, we will be having our area level evaluation and Kahani contest. So I encourage each one of you to participate as much as possible in each meeting and complete your levels to qualify for the evaluation and Kahani contest. Even we have planned the evaluation and Kahani workshop in upcoming meetings. On the 3rd of September, we will be having a workshop on Kahani contest, Kahani, and on the 20th September, we will be having evaluation workshop. So please stay tuned, and I once again reminding each and everyone to participate and complete their levels. It will be a wonderful journey in the Toastmasters. So that was the announcement for today's meeting. Now I would like to start with my theme. Today, I will be playing as a Toastmaster of the day, and it's wonderful and my pleasure to serve as a Toastmaster of the day. But before introducing the theme of the day, let me share the agenda of the meeting. Today's meeting in general is divided into 3 sessions. Prepared speech session, table topic speech session, and the last is evaluation or feedback session. So sorry, I missed upon something to opening the meeting and welcoming you all. I'm welcoming you all to the 109th meeting of Speakers Community Toastmaster Club. Now I announce the Speakers Community Toastmaster of Club meeting is open. Coming back to the theme of the day, recently I came across a fantastic video while watching a reel on Instagram. The Biki Shivani was sharing a story. She was having a dinner at a restaurant where another family of 8 people was also dining. A lady of a house, a grandmother, said something really nice. She pointed out how times have changed and how casually we eat and drink whatever we want these days. In the past, she used to go restaurant with her family. The waiter of the restaurant would bring the water to their table. They might have the bit of water and chat for the while, and they don't drink the water initially brought by the waiter. When asked why, grandmother said our conversation got soaked up by that water. Even it soaked up the conversation and vibe of 10 to 15 people around us. Then we used to pour out that water and get new water. And right here I found the theme of the day, power of water. But before embarking on a journey that dwells into remarkable power of water, let me introduce the timer, a counter, and grammarian of the day. Today we have timer Toastmaster Shweta. Toastmaster Shweta is a software developer by profession. She joined Toastmasters with an aim of gaining knowledge, personal development, and to connect like-minded people. When I asked what quality of water she admires, she said, water is a driving force of life. If you drink it, you satisfy your hunger. If you dip into it, it relaxes the body and gives a calming effect. She likes the calming effect and the flowing nature of water. So please welcome with a round of applause the Toastmaster of the day, the timer of the day, Toastmaster Shweta, to explain her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monika. Time is free, but it is priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never get it back. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the timer for the day. As a timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. For prepared speech, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speaker must specify the time limit to qualify for the award at the end of the meeting. I'll display the green card at the minimum qualifying time. I'll display yellow card at I'll display yellow card at the medium of the qualifying time, and I'll display the red card at the end of qualifying time. For prepared speeches and evaluation, the speaker has 30 seconds grace period before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For table topics, there is a grace period of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. All speakers who continues to speak beyond the 30 seconds grace period will not qualify for the vote. I'll share my report when called upon. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Monika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta, for wonderful explanation of the role. Now I call the accounter of the day, Toastmaster Rupal. Toastmaster Rupal works in a manufacturing industry, and her job is to provide end-to-end solution by bringing operations efficiency. When I ask about the quality of water she admires, is adaptability. Water can fit into any container and flows around the obstacles. Just like water, if we go with the flow, we find the new opportunities even in a challenging situations. So, please welcome with the round of applause the accounter of the day, Toastmaster Rupal, to explain her role. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster for the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest. I am the AHA counter for the day. As a AHA counter, my role is to note the words and crunch used as a filler or as a crutch by the speaker. During the meeting, I will listen for the crutch sound, crutch word used by the speaker such as and, well, so, but, you mean, or listen for the filler sound and I'll also note down the repeated phases used by the speaker, I mean, I, this for the long and short pauses. I will submit my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster, for the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupal. Now, I would welcome the Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Sai. Toastmaster Sai is currently a president of PKC Fireflies Toastmaster Club. In his day job, he has an AI startup which helps small businesses embrace AI and machine learning in their daily operations. The quality of water he likes is its power and persistent. He believes that the people usually operates either in power mode or persistent mode, and the water does both at all the time. We are 70% of water, so we are clearly have it in us. What a wonderful thought, Toastmaster Sai. Please welcome with a round of applause Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Sai, to explain his role.
Thank you, Monika. Yes, my role as the grammarian is to watch out for how English is used over the course of this meeting, starting from all the role players to all the table topics participants, speakers, evaluators, everybody. I will be noting good usage of the English language in places where we can improve how we use the English language in terms of grammar. My other role as the grammarian is to introduce a word of the day in keeping with the theme of the meeting. And that word, I'm hoping that the meeting participants can use the word of the day in its various contexts. And the word I've chosen is evaporate. The word evaporate means to go from liquid state to gaseous state, typically in terms of water evaporating from a surface. But that's not the only way evaporate can be used. It can be used in a metaphorical sense to say, my fears evaporate when I go on stage after attending a few Toastmasters workshops, or my willingness to fight evaporates in the face of obstacles. A lot of evaporate can be used in many contexts, and I'm hoping that the group can find use of the word evaporate in their speeches and contributions to this meeting. Back to you, Monika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. Now, Coming back to the theme of the day, I would like to start with a wonderful quote. Words are the vibrations of nature. Therefore, beautiful words create beautiful nature and ugly words create ugly nature. This is the root of universe, said by Dr. Amato. Dr. Amato is a researcher and author. He believes that the impact of water on our bodies goes even deeper than its physical properties. He conducted several experiments that claim our thoughts, our feelings, our words, music, even names affect on the molecular structure of the water. Thus, our physical reality. I want to share one of his famous experiment involves exposing jar of rice to different words and emotions. In this experiment, he put the same amount of rice in 3 different jars and then added the same amount of distilled water in the jars. Then he closes the jar and label each jar with a different words. The first jar he labeled with thank you, and the second jar he labeled with a phrase you are an idiot, and the third jar was left with a blank label. Every day, continuous for 30 days, he visited each jar and read aloud their corresponding labels to the jar for one minute and tracked the changes in each jar. By end of the month, he had noticed that the water in the jar is with label thank you had started to ferment and giving off the pleasing and the strong aroma. The water in the jar that was labeled with you are an idiot turned the black and had unpleasant shape. And the most interesting result was in the last jar, which has been ignored entire time. It turned a nasty green blue color as opposed to staying near to its color. This experiment was concluded that the water is blueprint of our reality and that the emotional energies and vibrations could change the physical structure of water. It is imperative to remember that the water is life. About 70% of the human body and the 2/3 of the world are made up of water. Therefore, everything happens around us. Our thoughts, our attitudes, and our behaviors and our intentions are related to each other and can affect our bodies and our words. But this is not just only the power of water. Power of water can be observed across various categories due to its ability to shape the landscape, generate energy, support ecosystem, and impact human activities. There are many categories where the power of water is prominent. But before sharing that, let's move to our first session, that is prepared speech. Today we have our first evaluator, Toastmaster Shruti. Toastmaster Shruti has completed her BTech in Computer Science major from IPS Academy Indore. Today she is gonna evaluate Toastmaster Satya's speech. She says, water sustains life and do our actions by offering support and positivity to others. We contribute to their well-being. So small activity of kindness can nourish heart and minds just like water nourishes life. So I request her to share speech objectives. Please welcome Toastmaster Shruti.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Shruti, and today I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Satya's speech. He has chosen a very interesting topic, that is just follow your instruction. And this is his second speech in level 1 of project 4 of presentation mastery. And it is also my pathway, that is presentation mastery. And I'm also in the same level or in the same project. In this speech, the objective of this speech is that whatever the feedback he has got in his earlier speech, whether he was able to apply that feedback or not. So he got the feedback like vocalization and variation of emotions. So I'm going to see that is he able to do that or not. And this will be my first evaluation ever. So this is a new learning for me also. Okay, so now I would like to call Toastmaster Satya to please start his speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti, for explaining the objectives of speech. Now I call our first speaker, Toastmaster Satya. Toastmaster Satya is a Toastmaster since 2021 and currently pursuing his second pathway. Professionally, he is a mechanical engineer with over 2 decades of experience in multiple domains. As a passionate career coach, he loves to help other professionals to excel in their career. He likes the power of the quality of water, the perseverance, and flexibility, because they are irrelated, and the water can preserve miles and miles of journey only because its flexibility. Now I call the Toastmaster Satya. Toastmaster Satya, just follow the instructions. Just follow the instruction, Toastmaster Satya.
Subho Vijaya. So this one word I have heard again and again 12 years back when I visited Bengal, West Bengal, the state of West Bengal. From the month of September to October to November to December to January, all the way to February, everybody, when they meet, they greet you like Shubho Vijaya. As I know, Vijaya means it's related to Dashera. But why these guys are always saying Shubha Vijaya for this last 6 months? Oh, I got that point later on, because in the state of West Bengal, the air is basically squeezed between these festivals. So there is a trivial question for you. Anyone volunteer? Please answer my question. Order of occurrence, please arrange these festivals: Dashera, Ganpati, and Saraswati Puja. Any one of you, please. In the order of their occurrence. Anyone?
Saraswati Puja, then Ganesh Puja, then Dashera. I don't know, I'm just guessing.
That is a prize. Yeah.
Ganpati Puja, Dashera, and Saraswati Puja.
Okay, let me tell you. If you follow the calendar, it is first Saraswati Puja, then Dashera, then Ganpati, and then Dashera. That way, if you follow the festive season, it is first Ganpati, then Dashera, then Saraswati Puja. It happens to be occur in the month of February. Okay, so that means the festive season starts with Ganpati, that is the first festival. Then it happens to be the Dashera, Durga Puja, and it ends with Saraswati Puja. Now, Saraswati Puja is a bit special because It's not that grand like Ganpati in Maharashtra or that grand like Durga Puja in West Bengal. But still it's special because it is the last special of the festive season. And we all carve for that fun, enjoyment, and energy and enthusiasm. So 20 years back in my school days, in one wintry night in the month of February, just before a day of Saraswati Puja, I was decorating all these things in my tuition center. So in my teacher's place, what I'm doing, I am cutting these papers and organizing them everywhere. Because next day is Ganpati, next day is Saraswati Puja, and I am being assigned the charge to decorate the pandal. So it's all fun because the next day is Saraswati Puja, followed by a delicious lunch, which is organized by all my friends. So there is excitement, there is fun, there is enthusiasm in the air. But there is dilemma and there is confusion too. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, there are two worlds around us. One world everybody can feel, everybody can understand what is happening, the external world. And there is another world which only you feel, because that's the world made by you, your feeling, your perception, and you. But is there any way that you can move to anybody's world? We'll see. Connecting to that dilemma and confusion. I was confused whether to join that delicious lunch. No, I'll not, because I don't deserve that meal. Why? Every friend, each friend of mine has contributed that 50 bucks, but I couldn't convince myself to ask that 50 bucks to my father because of the financial condition he was moving in that period of time. So I made up my mind, no, I don't deserve that meal. After some time, the morning arrives, I freshen up, I complete the puja, and quietly I left the room so that nobody noticed. After reaching my home, I told my mom, I am full. Mom, I don't need a meal, but I need a nap. I don't need a meal, I need a nap because I wanted isolation. And what I did, I went to the room and slept. Though I couldn't sleep, but still I acted like as if I am sleeping. Around the afternoon, my door bell rang loudly, and my mom asked, hey, come, your teacher has come. At this time, they should be having the lunch. Why they are here? My teacher appeared in front of me and asked, oh, let's go. I told him, sir, just follow what I'm saying, follow my instructions. So I quietly moved with him and sat in the rear seat of his scooter, and we moved to the coaching center. To my surprise, everybody around that place is waiting for me. Entire room full of my friends are waiting for me. And my teacher just pulled my ear, hey, you naughty boy, just follow my instruction. Don't put your mind out here. Love, care, and affection. That's all you need. Only these skills are enough for you to move into another person's world. Just follow my instructions. Toastmaster of the day and fellow dear guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satya, for a wonderful speech. Just follow the instructions. A round of applause for the Toastmaster Satya. Now, let's move to our next speaker. We have our second evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudeva. He is a genuine backbencher with an appetite for delicious Indian flavors and a love for heartwarming stories which adds a sprinkle of sweetness to his life. He loves taking he loves taking a big sips from the river that flows freely. It just like getting a gulp of pure, untouchable goodness straight from the nature. No pollution, no human changes, just fresh and natural water. I request him to share speech objectives. Please welcome a round of applause for our second evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudeva. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So my target speaker today will be attempting level 3 project 1 from the presentation mastery pathway. The objectives of the speech is for the member to understand types of persuasive speech and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. The important things to note about the speech is that the member is going to deliver a well-organized persuasive speech on any topic. The member can choose to appeal to emotions, ethics, or logic in their speech. The nature of the speech can be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. And importantly, the speech should not be a report on the contents of the persuasive speaking project. Timer, please note that the timing for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Toastmaster, you are on.
Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
My bad, once again. I was on mute. Thank you, Toastmaster Vasudeva, for sharing speech objectives. Now I would like to call our second speaker, Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, he is a software engineer by profession and working for Bank of America in Mumbai. He is also a member of Eminent Toastmaster Club, which is a corporate club under it. In his free time, he loves to watch new analysis and go for cycling. He admires the quality of water is calmness, because only in the still water he can see who he is exactly, and it shows the true perception of oneself. I would like to call Toastmaster Shubham, voting judge, Toastmaster Shubham. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to share my screen and sharing. So, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and guest. So, I'm here to present my topic on voting judge. So, let me start with a question. How many of you will be a voting judge in a contest? Great to see. So, I will be pursuing others Toastmaster to be a voting judge in the upcoming contest season. So, let's move deep dive into it. So, what are the objectives of my session? So, I will be explaining what are the rules you need to follow to be a better judge, and how can you to train on the duties of being a voting judge and a contest officials, and to run a contest smooth and in an unbiased way. So let's took this session to understand better. So as we are part of District 98, so we have official contests such as International Evolution Contest, International Speech Contest, Carney Contest, and Impromptu Premier League. You can be a voting judge in any of them. So let's come. Who is judge? Judge is not evaluator. Like there will be evaluator who will be evaluating my speech, but judge is not that. He is one who picks the right winner. So let's understand what are the qualities of good judge. He should be accurate, fair, trustworthy, knowledgeable, and good listener. As all the contest officials and clubs are held on the duties of a judge, so he should be a he should be a trustworthy to all of them. He should not distrust them, and he should be fair to all the participants. He should be knowledgeable about the rules about the contest he have, and he should be accurate with his knowledge about the rules so that he could not he will not give a misfair decision. And most important of that, he may be good listener. He should not be doing some multitasking or doing any other work. He should be listening to in detail what exactly the speaker is saying. So these are the quality of the. But the worst main challenge come when becoming a voting judge. Becoming an voting judge, the main challenge comes objectivity. So what are the barriers for the objectivity? It can be a speaker position, or one can say that he is the last speaker. He may have got a lot of time. No, you cannot decide on that. Or some physically challenged person come, you say he deserves a chance. He is with lot of struggles. No, that's not a point. Hollow effect and reverse hollow effect, as we are all humans. So it's we decide to some inferior, some superior, or some inferior. So we should not do that also. And second time around means we say the last time he disqualified due to some 1 point, but I shall give him a chance. No, that's not also a point. Not the norm. Your club may be using some kind of formal attire for in the meeting. So you think he's wearing a casual attire, I must give him a less mark. So that's not also a point. And personal life. You are a person who like laughter, and some speaker use laughter in a speech. You may say, I may give him the first place. No, that's not a point. Give a second chance. There is a person who is winning consecutively. You think he is winning, I must give another person chance. That's also not point. So you should come all above all this and think on all the speech and the criteria given by the Toastmaster International. So let's understand. Being a voting judge, what you will get? You will get a guides and ballots. So this is the guide ballot you will get when you are being a voting judge. So what are the categories? I will be talking more about the evaluation speech contest. In this term, we will have that. So in evaluation speech contest, we have 4 categories to judge the candidate: analytical quality, recommendation, technique, and submission. So in analytical quality means you need to check how clear and focused is clear and focused his evaluation is to the speaker. And recommendation part, how specific and how helpful the recommendation will be for the speaker. And in technique, you can use which technique he used to showcase his overall evaluation. And in summation part, you can check how he managed to summarize all his evaluation at the last in the conclusion part. So these are the points to be taken. So for the same speech contest and other contest, there will be having some criteria. You need to go through them and read them. So the main important tool of the judge is ballot. So you will be not be sending the marking schemes to the ballot counter. You will be only sending the ballots. Who is the first place, second place, and third place. That's all you need to send. So to know more about the rules, you can check the rules book that is released by Toastmaster International. So now you may be thinking, yeah, that's all about what voting judge. But what are the benefits that I will get if I become a voting judge? So the learnings from it is you can be a great public speaking evaluation. You can evaluate any speech around of any leader, how what points he talks, how why he failed. You can be great in learning the constructive feedback, how you can give in your club, you can improve your evaluation skills. And more importantly, the contest is in a fixed time format. So it will help you to improve your time management skills. And there you have to give a decision who is first, second, and third. So it will also improve upon your decision skills. And as being a good listener, it will improve your attention. And more importantly, you are the leader of the meeting, so it will improve your leadership skill and network. And all we love is networking. So at last, I would like to ask you again, who would like to become voting judge in the upcoming contest season? Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham, for a wonderful presentation for the voting judge. I request everyone, please have a round of applause for the Toastmaster Shubham. Moving ahead with the theme, Power of Water, I would like to tell you the couple of categories where the power of water is prominent. First, the water is a natural power and it has its own beauty. Our world is filled with natural wonders, and some of the most remarkable sights you shall ever see are found in the remote lakes, rivers, and seas. I would like to share some breathtaking beauties of water bodies such as oceans, lakes, and waterfalls. The first one is the Dead Sea, a place where the ancient peoples once soaked for mysterious benefits. Today, its salty waters are like a natural spa for tired skin. The sea surface is way below sea levels and it's getting smaller. But the curious fact is that you can't sink in it. And did you know that the portion of it belongs to Jordan, Israel, and West Bank? What's cool about the Dead Sea is that it's super salty and much saltier than the oceans. You feel like floating on the olive oil instead of swimming. Second example is the Pink Lake in Australia. Lake Hillers on the Middle Island in the Western Australia is the real head turner with its bubblegum pink color. Scientists are puzzled about why it's so pink. Some think it might be due to the mix of sea salt and sodium bicarbonate. Or perhaps the red halophilix bacteria in the salt. The interesting part is that the color doesn't fade. Even if you take the small collection of the water from the lake, it says the unique pink shade. Third example is that Niagara Falls, a breathtaking wonder in the North America. This shares the power of beauty of falls at the behind the belief until you witness them yourself. The water cascades the down with a surface force and the grace that is like the nature's own masterpiece. People often wonder how such a magnificent sight came to be. It's all about water, tons and tons of it. What's even more amazing is that this spectacular has been around for ages. It's like the show that never ends. The water keeps flowing, the falls keep roaring, and people can't help but mesmerize. So next time you think about the power of water, remember the Dead Sea, Pink Lake, and Niagara Falls. It's a nature's way of showing off, and you definitely don't want to miss on it. With this, let's move to our next session, table topic speech session. I would like to invite Toastmaster Gaurav, who is a table topic master for the day. He is an energetic electrical engineer with 16 years of experience in project management and currently serving Otas, Mumbai. What he likes about water is its flexibility. It is easily take the shapes, the color, and the taste of the things in which it is poured and it is mixed with. Please welcome Toastmaster Gaurav with a round of applause.
Good evening. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Gaurav Swami. I am table topic master of the day. This is an impromptu speech session of Toastmasters meeting. It is an interesting session which will give a chance to Toastmasters and guests to sharpen their listening, thinking, organizing, and speech delivery skills. For table topic, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. Green screen to be showed at 1 minute. Yellow screen at 1.5 minutes. Red screen at 2 minutes. A grace period of 30 seconds is given to qualify for the vote. The speaker has to speak for minimum of 1 minute to qualify for the voting. All speakers are requested to use the word of the day. I encourage members and guests to volunteer for the session. Let us evaporate our thoughts and bring them as rains of speeches. So, who gonna be the first table topic master? So, if I am not getting, okay. So we have Toastmaster Satya. he would like to have first table topic. Hello, Toastmaster Satya.
Hello, David Local Master. Toastmaster Gaurav.
So, table topic. Toastmaster Satya. Water the healer. Water the healer. Toastmaster Satya.
The default state for all us individuals is to be healthy, happy, and peaceful. Thanks to the modern days advertisement, we are pushed and bombarded with information to consume things. And what needs advertisement, fellow Toastmaster and guest? The thing which is naturally not so very perfect. Water is not advertised. Milk is not advertised, the original milk, not the packaged milk. A tomato or an apple is not advertised unless until it is sold by a corporate firm. So whatever we are consuming without any advertisement meant to be a healer for us, because the default stage is to be healing, to be peaceful, and to be healthy and happy. Couple of days back, I was a bit worried about my weight, and I came across, I just researched something, how to start. I am not a person who favors a lot of medication and those kind of advice. So I prefer a natural way of everything. So, and as human being, we have a obsessive compulsion towards complexity. Now you are having a lot of weight. That means you are consuming more calories than you need, and you have stored them in your belly as a beautiful fat with a pot tummy. That's all. So the solution is eat less food, work more. That's it. And a plenty of clean, normal temperature drinking water. That's all. And thankfully, I am losing a lot of weight. I'm so happy. So things are not complex. Solution is very simple. Water, a natural healer. We can all enjoy it as of now. It's in plenty. Let's not sold with those bombardment of advertise and be in sync with nature, what we are designed to do. Follow our instinct, keep it simple. Water is definitely a big healer. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful piece of question.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satya. Actually, I could resonate with you because recently I have been losing weight using these tips which you have shared. So, who is next? Someone from guests. I would like someone from guests to participate in table topics. Shruti, guest Shruti.
Toastmaster Sri raise his hand.
Okay. Toastmaster Sri.
Yeah, hi.
Table topic. Yeah, you are audible, but not visible.
Yeah, I'm actually like right now outside, so can't turn on. Yeah.
Okay. So table topic, Toastmaster Sri. I resonate with water. I resonate with water, Toastmaster Sri.
Okay. Just a couple of months back, I came across this
amazing conspiracy theorist called David Icke. Now, David Icke is a person who has been building conspiracies after conspiracy since 1970s. One of his conspiracy is that moon is not really an satellite to Earth, but it's an external spaceship put near Earth to ensure that humans are enslaved by the aliens. Isn't it a terrific idea? If you think about it, if you really think about it, and were to go to different ancient texts, everyone mentioned that there were numerous amounts of floods millennials ago. Within Hinduism, there's a concept of Vishnu taking avatar of a fish. Within the Chinese culture, there is again similar story. Within the European culture, there's the same story. Within the American culture, there's the same story. If you pay attention, moon was responsible to make the floods within the earth. Now guess what? Moon is not only responsible for bringing floods, it is also responsible for changing your emotions. You know why? Because your body consists of 70 to 80% of water. Just as the moon right now creates tides, just as the moon once created floods, the moon also creates a floods of emotions within you. Guess what? Who resonates with that? I do. Every time the moon shifts, I start resonating. Every time there's a full moon, I start resonating. Every time there's no moon, I start resonating. Every time I resonate, my personality shifts. Today, the moon is resonating and asking me to come to the Speakers Club, Toastmasters Club. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shri. That was really connecting, and we can also connect with your story and the point you have shared. So I would like to, I didn't have any nominations, so I would like TMD to take up next topic, or we have General Evaluator TM Reena. So table topic for Toastmaster Reena. Water, the source of power. Water, the source of power, Toastmaster Reena.
If you have noticed, rivers mostly go through rocks. They have river change their path according to herself. If she don't find any path, then she make her own path by her power. But she never stops. And this is what I learned from river and water. Be consistent in your work. Whatever you are doing, and that is what I am doing in my life also. I made my goal that I have to improve my communication skill, and in order to that I joined Toastmasters Club. And since I joined the club, I have done lots of mistakes in speeches or while doing any roles, and I also faced many challenges, but I didn't stop. I learned from River, and to see that maybe the universe blessed me with such a great mentor who first understood me, made me believe on myself, made me that confident, give me power to me that at least I can start speaking. He worked on each and every weak point of mine, and still that is going on. And I believe by that blessing of universe, it will be take and I will flow like river and get power of doing the things in the same way. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Reena. That was really wonderful. The way you have connected the power of water with your life. With this, I would like to close the table topic master session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster, sorry to interrupt. We had Toastmaster Sai raise his hand. Can we have one more topic?
Yeah, surely, but looking at the time, I thought we should conclude it. If you allow, I can.
I think we can have one last topic.
Okay. Toastmaster Sai, is he available? I'm not able to see Toastmaster Sai. Okay, sorry. Table topic, Toastmaster Sai, sound of water, Toastmaster Sai.
The sound of water is the sound of life. Imagine you sitting in a chawl somewhere. Your hut is covered with a blue tarpaulin. There is an asbestos or a tin roof over your head. It's a hot summer month. It's sweaty and dirty and you're feeling terrible. But off in the distance, you can see clouds coming. The sky is slowly darkening. And within minutes, faster than you'd expect, the clouds are over your tenement. And then it starts raining. It rains and it rains and it rains and it patters on your roof. Tap, 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 tap. There's splashes of water all over. There's a puddle forming outside the door. Life is going to be terrible tomorrow morning when your locality is submerged. But at that moment, the sound of water, the sound of rain over your roof, on your roof, over your forehead, over your head, that is the sound that you live for all throughout the year. The sound of rejuvenation, the sound of life returning to earth, the sound of washing away of old hurts and pains, and sound of recovery and rejoicing. Think about it. Which is the most fun festival? There's Diwali, there's Christmas, there's Eid, there's all these festivals, but one festival, which is not even a festival anymore. It is just a way to express emotion, express joy. What is that festival? That's Holi. And how do you play Holi? Without water, you can't really play Holi, because the joy that water brings, the joy of water splashing, the joy that we feel when we are hit with water, that is the sound of water. And ladies and gentlemen, water can be powerful as an enemy, but it can be a protector, a preserver, and a patron as a friend. So respect the sound of water, cherish it, love it, because once you don't have it, is when it hurts you the most. Back to Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai, for sharing your views. And really, the sound of water have some healing power, which everyone should enjoy. So with this, I would like to close this session and hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Monika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for conducting very engaging and for bringing the very relative topics to the theme. Please have a round of applause to him. Before moving back to the theme, I would like to call the timer to have the timing reports for prepared speech and for the table topics.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monika. Toastmaster Satya took 7 minutes. Toastmaster Shubham took 7 minutes 29 seconds. He was just in time. Both are qualified. For the table topic speaker, Toastmaster Satya took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Shri took 2 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Reena took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sai took 2 minutes 14 seconds. All are qualified. Thank you.
Great. All are qualified for the voting. Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta, for the timing report. I request Toastmaster Shipali to have the polls for the best speaker and for the best table topic.
I'm not able to see the poll in this right now.
You can see the polls.
Polls, yeah.
Okay, no worries. We will have it at end of the session. So coming back to the theme of the day, power of water. I want to share the second example of power of water is that the water as a source of renewable energy. Imagine a river flowing downstream. That moment has energy, right? Well, we can capture that energy and turn into electricity using a specific trick. We built a big walls called dam across rivers. These dams create a kind of pool called reservoir where water collects when we open the gates of dam. The water rushes out with a great force, like a waterfall. Now this falling water has a lots of energy. We call it as a kinetic energy, which is just a fancy way of saying moving energy. We use this energy to turn something called a turbine. Imagine a pinwheel spinning when a wind blows. That's what turbine does with the power of water. As the turbine spins, it's collect and generate and pass it to the generator, which is like a magic machine to turn that spinning into electricity. That electricity can light up our home, our gadgets, and keep the community running. It's like nature's own power plant, isn't it? And let me share why it actually matters. When we use this clean energy from the water, we help our planet to protect. We reduce the pollution that harms our environment and the nature and the air we breathe. Plus, water keeps flowing naturally in rivers, so we can keep making electricity without running out of the fuel. So next time, whenever you see the river, think about all the energy is carried and how it's helping us light up our world in a clean and amazing way. By harnessing the power of water, we are not just making electricity, we are making a better future for ourselves and our planet. So let's move to our next session, that is the evaluation or feedback session. Today, we have our general evaluator, Toastmaster Reena. Toastmaster Reena is a part of Toastmasters since the June 2022. She is always ready to learn and explore new things. She likes the quality of water, that the non-stop flow of rivers and waters, and making its own path. Admires her because from there only she is learning, and she believes that if you work on anything with the consistency, you can find your own path to reach out your goal. With a round of applause, I would like to welcome our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Reena.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Monika, for giving me opportunity to speak on. So before going ahead, let us know why we do general evaluation. It is because we are here to learn from our mistakes. It is only then when we grow as Toastmasters. In order to achieve that, Toastmaster fraternity has come up with a simple yet effective method called CRC, comment, recommend, and comment, and that is used by our evaluator. Before I begin, I would like to call our first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Shruti. Toastmaster Shruti.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So, Toastmaster Satya, congratulations. You gave a really, really fantastic speech. And I must say, what an interesting choice of topic you have. Because as I saw your last speech evaluation form, so it was come to my office, and now it was just follow the instruction. So, as an audience, I was intrigued to listen, listen what kind of content you are going to include in your speech. So for that, you did a fantastic job. And talking about the highlights, so you already had a really nice body language, because even in the online meeting you put an extra effort while you gave the speech while standing, and you have put an extra effort of using props to make whatever you are saying real for us, the audience. And you were consciously using hand gestures. Talking about now the purpose of of your speech, it was that whether you were able to uh, use variety of emotions and vocalizations or not. So I think you here did the fantastic job in in uh, in applying that feedback, because I saw that you said when the line that the fun and excitement, so you had a kind of a happy face, and you were excited, you were looking excited. And suddenly when you said the line, there was dilemma and confusion, so your voice, you started speaking slower and lower. There was no longer that happy face. So I think you were able to show a variety of emotions. One area I think where you can improve is that because when you were telling that incident about the teacher and your mom and you, so you played the characters very well. I think to make it more real and interesting for us. But I think it was a little bit confusing for us because suddenly you were the mother and suddenly you were playing the teacher. When we do real Toastmasters meetings, so what we do is we change kind of our sides, like here I was the mother and here. But because we have less space, so I would suggest that you can use a small pause, because you were playing the teacher and suddenly in the next line you were playing the mother or yourself. So I think you can use small pauses to help us differentiate between the characters. That's the only thing I think, that is the only area where I think you can improve. And otherwise your stage presence was really good and you kept us glued throughout your speech. And thank you. And I hope, because this was my first evaluation speech, I was always feared of evaluating other person. So I hope that with this, my fear of evaluation evaporates. Thank you. General evaluator, you are not audible.
Yes. Sorry, I was talking on mute. Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmasters Shruti, for your evaluation. And now I would like to call our second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudeva.
Thank you, General Evaluator Reena. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Shubham. Your project was to deliver a persuasive speech and a very good attempt at the speech. Your topic was something that I particularly liked, as it focused on the role of voting judge, and with contests around the season, this was a very relevant topic and I could immediately relate to your speech. There were various good points in your speech. Some of them that I particularly liked and were the highlights of your speech was that you opened with a question. This is a very good practice because it helps you to involve with the audience immediately. It helps you build that connect with people, and that is a key to a persuasive speech. In addition, you also used a PowerPoint presentation. You know, while you're delivering speeches, but if you complement it with a visual aid, that helps. And in your project case, in terms of it being persuasive, in terms of it being to persuade, that helped, as you had the points in front of your target audience and they could see what you are trying to say, and that adds some more additional layer of persuasion. And finally, you also had a call of action to your speech. The call of action is very important because it helps you to come a full circle around. You started with a question and then you concluded with a call of action by encouraging everyone to take up the voting judge role. However, there are always some points of improvement that will help you elevate your speech. First and the foremost, your voice was very monotone. You had a single voice throughout your speech, and that really that reduced the impact of persuasion. When you're trying to persuade someone to do something, you need to show energy, you need to show encouragement, because you're trying to convince someone who's doubtful whether they should do something or not. And because you had a monotone voice, that affected the persuasiveness of your speech. Also, because it was monotone, I personally got the feeling that you lacked practice of your speech somewhere or the other, and that if you practice your speech further, you would be more confident and you wouldn't sound nervous while delivering your speech. Secondly, your call of action you had twice in your speech, one at the very start itself, and that you need to focus on. because if you have a call of action at the very start, you spoil the effect of it. A call of action should always be at the end, after you have given the whole speech, so that you have presented all the materials to convince someone, right? And then you give them the call of action that, look, now you have all the points in front of you, please now take up the role. So all in all, you had a good speech in which you had engaged with the audience and you used visual aids. Continue to use that in all your future speeches. However, if you work on your vocal variety, practice your speech a little bit more and organize your speech a bit better with call of action at the end, you would be able to evaporate all the shortcomings in your speech and will be able to improve your speech further. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vasudev, for your evaluation. And now I would like to call our tag team to present their report. First of all, I would like to call our timer of the day to share the report. Timer Sweta, could you please come?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Reena. Toastmaster Shruti took 3 minutes 15 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Vasudev took 3 minutes 25 seconds, qualified. Thank you, and
Thank
over
you
to
so
you,
much,
Toastmaster Reena.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sweta. And now I would like to call our counter of the day, Toastmaster Rupal. Toastmaster Rupal. You are not audible.
Okay. Now I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, all Toastmaster. Today I played a role of AHA counter. Throughout the meeting, I keep my ear out to understand for effective public speaking, we need to reduce the filler words and the crutch words so that we can deliver our speeches well delivered. All of the speakers has been done commendable role for delivering their speeches, and their contribution was very good. However, I have jotted down some of the detail related to crutch words, filler, and pauses used and during the meeting. Uh, Toastmaster Shefali, there is a no filler word or crunch word has been used. Toastmaster Monika, one and one repetition he believes, but most of the time I think he has she has the most time to speech in entire session. So the way she has done commendable job. Toastmaster Rupal, it is about me. I have used 4 time and repetition once. Toastmaster Satya use and twice as a crutch word, and next time, and I preferred as a repetition to give a next level to his speech. Toastmaster Gaurav use 5+ time, and it is interesting to take a small pause. Toastmaster Sai use once small pause, and Toastmaster Shubham use +5 and 4 time, and would not to showcase, and you mean. Miss Toastmaster Reena Kumari used filler word once as the repetitions. Toastmaster Sri used crutch word and once in his speech. And Dheer and Shruti, there is no filler or crutch word. Evaluator Vasudev Iyer has used filler word and twice and once. And I'm closing my closing my report and back to the general evaluator for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupal. And now I would like to call Grammarian of the Day, Toastmaster Sai.
Thank you very, very much. It's my privilege to be the grammarian for this meeting. I'll try to keep it short, but I have a few things to cover. First of all, the good thing that we did as a group. There were some wonderful phrases and words used throughout the meeting. For example, Monika talked about a pleasing aroma. Then she also said, water is the blueprint of our reality. What a beautiful way to express that water is the foundation on which our life is based. Speaker Satya talked about the two worlds around us. Again, very vivid imagery. Love, care, and affection. Again, the Speaker Satya talking about the things that are important. Then I also remember one of the table topic speakers speaking about something similar, that the best things in life are free and the best things in life are not advertised. And I like that as well. Floods of emotions was another phrase that came up a couple of times, and I thought they're wonderfully used phrase. There are a couple of things that we as a group need to work on when it comes to the English language and using it correctly. For example, a lot of us have this habit of saying somebody is an architect by profession or a software engineer by profession. Yes, it's okay to say somebody is a software engineer by profession, but it's equally correct and shorter and more brief to say she is a software engineer and leave it at that. It's understood that the profession that she belongs to and the one she executes is of a software engineer. So keep that in mind. Sometimes using more words than few words can do is probably better. So just say software engineer, say architect, say computer scientist, say teacher, whatever you need to. Who is judge? Now, but the phrasing is a little bit off anyway. But the important thing is that when you're describing someone's role, you need to say, what is that role? Say, if you're talking about who, you would never say who's a doctor. You'd say, what is a doctor? A doctor is someone who takes care of your health and gives you advice on how to live a better life. Similarly, who is judge? Who is a judge? Is wrong. That phrasing implies there's a person who is the judge. But what you really want to say is, what is a judge supposed to do? So what is a judge is a better way to ask the same question. Again, more words does not always convey more information. When you say something like accurate knowledge about contests, what you really mean is knowledgeable about contests. So just use a shorter form. If you see yourself using too many words to explain a certain context, a certain concept, try to make it shorter. So knowledgeable about contests would be a great way to say the same thing. Accurate with knowledge about contests. One use of the word laughter was a little bit off in my opinion. Someone said, you like laughter in your speech. I mean, yes, everybody likes laughter, but do you like laughter as the audience or do you like laughter as the person delivering the speech? So you could have said something like, you like humor in your speech. Who is the first place, second place, and third place? Once again, who is in first place, second place, and third place? Because you're not talking about individuals anymore. You're talking about the position first, second, and third. So who is in is the correct way to say it. Please have a round of applause. Please give a round of applause. When you say have a cake, you're offering some cake to someone. But if you tell someone else to offer a cake, you say, please give that cake to Reena because she's doing such a great job as the general evaluator. So please have a round of applause is when you say, please have something, you're offering something. What you really mean is, let's give this person, you're encouraging everybody else to give this person something. So this should be give. Small collection of water should probably be said a small sample of water, small sip of water, small taste of water. You could say something like that. People can't help but mesmerize. Again, mesmerizing happens to other people because of something you do. So you say, I mesmerized someone else with my brilliant speech making or something. So, or you are mesmerized is something that happens to you passively. You could be mesmerizing other people and that mesmerization happens to them and it is passive to them, or you could be getting mesmerized and it's happening to you passively. So when you say people can't help but mesmerize, you probably meant people can't help but be mesmerized. It's again a very passive way of saying that I'm getting mesmerized. So be mesmerized is the one you want to say. Numerous amounts of flood. I guess you meant numerous floods. Contests around the season, I think you meant contests around the corner. So be mindful of the actual time frame you're talking about. Around the season as the entire 6 months of the contest. It's not like that. You mean that's coming up immediately. So it's contest around the corner. Call of action. It should be said as call to action because you're asking someone to do something. So you say, let's go do that. It's a call to something. The last one is something that I've noticed a lot of people in Toastmasters tend to fall back, that this small error. is something that a lot of people tend to fall back to. And that is asking a statement as if it's a question just by adding the sound at the end. For example, someone asked, now I am audible. And they're saying a sentence, they're saying, now I'm audible. It's a claim that I'm audible now. But what they actually want to say is, am I audible now? They're asking if they're audible. So when you just by adding the uprising inflection, it doesn't become a question. So please make sure that when you're asking a question, to phrase it as a question and not just say, am I audible? Now I'm audible, or now I'm clear. So you mean, am I clear now? Am I audible now? Am I visible now? So please ask the question. If you intend to ask a question, ask the question, not just say the sentence as if it's a question. And that happens a lot. So I would just request a lot of people to be a little more mindful about how they're using that upward inflection. Other than that, let me end on a really positive note, because I want to evaporate all the negativity from the room. Speaker Gaurav and Shruti, both of them used the word of the day, which was evaporate. Thank you very much. 2 out of about 10 people in the meeting is not too bad. Thank you very much. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Sai, for such a wonderful report. And now I will give my general evaluation on the meeting. There were many good points about the meeting, starting from Sergeant at Arms. Sa did a great job in explaining instruction and the mission of the club. And then come to presiding officer, Monika. She did a good job. You make announcement about evaluation contest so that everyone get aware about the event going on in the Toastmaster. So kudos to you on that, Monica. Then Toastmaster of the day, Monica. Such a wonderful theme you have selected, power of water. Just amazing. You shared a lot of importance of water. Thanks for that. I get to learn lots of things from that. You connected the meeting so well, and you conducted the meeting flawlessly. And now, speeches were also well prepared by all the speakers. Speaker 1 Satya delivered such a great speech that most of the time we only need love, compassion, and affection. That's amazing, Toastmaster Satya. Now the second speaker, Subham. Great presentation given by you, Subham. As contest season is also coming on, so your presentation might help everyone present here. So now, next move to table topic master, Toastmaster Gaurav. You came up with such a great topics, and that the great thing was that topics was in line with the theme, and because of that, everything gets in sync with each other. So kudos to you on that. Now move to evaluation. All the evaluators stuck to CRC method, that is comment, recommend, and comment. And you all did a wonderful job in that. All the role players too did a great job. What an enthusiasm all of you have. You presented the very crisp report, and all were on the to the point. There were few recommendations I want to give you. So the meeting started 5 minutes late. So you can work on that. All the things you can arrange prior to the meeting so that the meeting gets started on the time. And the second thing is that I believe the energy level in the meeting was a bit low. So what you can do, you can ask the question in ongoing meeting also, so that meeting will get a bit engaging. So this is my report, and I hope you have learned from it. Thank you so much, everyone. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Please give a round of applause to the Toastmaster Reena for a wonderful report. Now we have came to the conclusion of the theme of the day, power of water. Like a quote, thousands have lived without love, not one without water, which is said by W.H. Auden, and he beautifully encapsulated the profound significance of water in our life. Just as we have explored how water holds within it the capacity to shape our physical reality and influence our lives. Furthermore, the natural beauty of water, like Dead Sea, Pink Lake Hillers, and the majestic Niagara Falls, showcases the remarkable diversity and creativity inherent in our planet's water landscape. Also, water holds the key to sustainable energy generation. So, as a Toastmasters, let's carry forward this theme, power of water, remembering the wisdom of the grandmother story, the revelations of Dr. Emeto's experience, and the incredible wonders of our natural world. As we navigate our lives, may we remember that just as water is indispensable, our capacity to show love, compassion, and empathy is equally vital. Let's harness the power within us to create a positive impact, much like the way water shapes landscape and generates energy and leaves its mark on the world. With this, I declare the theme of today, water of the power, had conclusion. And thank you very much. I hope you must have learned the power of water, importance of power of water in our life. Thank you.
Can we have our polls now?
Yes, Toastmaster Shepali, we can launch the polls.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I would like to ask each one of you that like everyone is here, has taken the role and have told me about the quality of power of water in our life. So I would like to ask each one of you, is there any experience or is there any other thing that you would like to say about the power of water? Sorry for the interruption. Background noise. Are we done with poll?
Yeah, it's going on.
Okay. I would like to share one thing that I understand the quote that like be like a water, like a valuable, not much luxurious, but valuable in our life. And from that where I think I learned the simplicity and like to have the clear and very pure thoughts in our life. Are we done with poll? I think I couldn't see poll at my end. Is like everyone can see the poll?
We are in the last one. We are in the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, we are done with the polls.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Shefali, for launching all the polls. Meanwhile, we can have a chit chat and how was day, everyone?
And the day was great. It was a pleasant, calm Sunday for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Great. Toastmaster Sai, you said something like in your for your introduction you mentioned that super September 2022.
2023.
Yeah.
So I'm with BKC Fireflies Toastmasters Club, and we, just like you guys have education sessions coming up for your members, we are having an entire series from the first Saturday of September until the last Saturday of September. So 5 education sessions which cover different aspects of speaking, like evaluations and speech writing and vocal variety, delivery, storytelling, those kind of things. So this is more, not so much for contest, but it's just for the development of our members. That's the super September is what we call those sessions, because it's a consistent thing that we do every Saturday evening for an hour and a half, 5 Saturdays back to back. And we would like to invite all you guys to come. There is a cost associated with it. If you're a BKC FF member, then it's free. Otherwise, it's either 150 rupees per session, or it is 499 for all 5 sessions. So you can pick whichever one works for you, and you can come for that. So we'd love to have you guys come.
Sure, Toastmaster Sai.
Yeah, and we have people like Cyril and Pranav, and people that you probably know of. They'll be doing the sessions, and almost all the trainers, including myself, are with BKC Fireflies. So it's not like some random people are going to come and talk to you about these aspects of public speaking. But it'd be wonderful if you guys could come.
Yeah, we would love to join these sessions.
Yeah. So once the posters are ready and some information is available, I'll put it out to I'll share it with you, Monika, and maybe you could use that, share that poster with your club.
Yes, definitely. You share once it is ready, and we would love to join the session. It's a great discovery actually you have, like super September 2023.
Yes.
With all the series in
Can you see it?
one singular month.
Right here somewhere. Can you see it? Can you see my
Yeah,
name? There it is. That's Super September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to have you today in session. Like it's been a long time since you.
Yeah, I feel bad because you guys have been very supportive of BKC Fireflies, and weekends are usually not a great time for me. But I wanted to make sure that at least once I'm able to join your meeting and participate in some capacity. So luckily was able to join us, the Grammarians. That is good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, he's just not a great grammarian. He's a great evaluator also. His evaluation has helped me a lot for most of the time. He is accurate and up to the point.
Thank you very much. Very
great evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. You conducted a very well session. It was really engaging, and I thought you might bring some other topics, but it was related to theme itself. So amazing.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monika. Actually, I don't want to divert the topic from the theme of the session. So I tried to align my topic with the theme of the today's session, and hopefully everyone liked it.
Yeah, even topics were very understandable, clear, and much like relative to speak. So great.
Thank you.
I think I feel only one recommendation that you can pick up someone from us instead of waiting to raise their hand.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you, Toastmaster Satya, for being the speaker today. Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham, for being the speaker. Even our both of the evaluators, thank you for the taking up the roles. And please wait, we have the certification.
Yeah, the certificates are ready.
Yeah, please share.
Yeah. Confirm when the screen is visible.
Yeah.
It is not visible.
Yeah, it's getting, loaded. Just some minutes.
Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Wow, and we have our best speaker, Toastmaster Satya.
Congratulations,
Toastmaster Satya. Please accept the certificate for the best speaker.
Thank you.
We can move to the next certificate. Wow, best evaluator, Toastmaster Shruti. Today is a very remarkable jodi of the speaker and evaluator. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you.
Thank you for being evaluator for today's session.
Thank you.
Please accept the certificate.
Yes,
Even we have a best evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudev as well. It's a great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
tie
you.
between
Thank you.
Toastmaster Shruti and Toastmaster Vasudev. Please accept the certification for the best evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudev. And thank you for being evaluator for today's session.
No issues. I'm happy to join the meeting.
Thank you.
Shall we move to the next?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Monika, for being the best role player for today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shepalia and all to vote me, and it's the first time I'm being a best role player as a TMOD. So thank you so much. We can.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Best role player auxiliary is a Toastmaster Sai. As I said, he's just not best grammarian, he's best evaluator, and but he dropped off.
Yeah.
Still, many congratulations, and many congratulations to all the winners.
Best table topic also Toastmasters Sai.
Best table topic also Toastmaster Sai. We will share the certificates later in the group.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Shepali, you can stop the sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you all for having me. I will take everyone, please.
Thank you each one of you for taking the roles and for had a successful meeting today. And with this, I would like to close the 109th meeting of Speakers Community Toastmaster Club. Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Bye-bye.
issues. Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
nice.
Bye.
Thank you. It was a great meeting. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster.